my name is Tori, this is Novel Life, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to a What's on My Kindle video. So this is all of the books that I have downloaded from Kindle Unlimited. I primarily read on Kindle Unlimited, so if you see me ever reading on my Kindle, it's because I'm reading a book from Kindle Unlimited, or it's an ARC. But I very rarely get those. I very rarely apply for those because I usually don't do them on time. So I'm actually very excited to talk about all of these books. I'm currently mood reading all throughout August, so every week I'll have a TBR jar where I add stuff. I'm running a little low on books, but I'm going to put all of these books that I have in Kindle Unlimited in there, so when I pull them for a weekly reading vlog, I'll actually read them. That's how I'm gonna get through them. So I have 16 books. I don't always pull out 20 because that's a lot and it kind of overwhelms me, but these are books that are on my radar that either I saw on Instagram that recently came out that I'm very excited to read, so I want them on my Kindle just to have, and so they're there. The first one is Bourbon and Lies by Victoria Wilder. Actually, my weekly vlog that is going to come out this Sunday after this video, so just in a couple of days. I'm currently reading this one, so this is one of the first picks I picked out of my TBR jar to read, and I'm very excited because it's been on my TBR for a while. Romantic suspense, so we'll see if it makes me a romantic suspense girly. I don't know, but I love the cover. And I've heard really good things of when it came out. It just came out a while ago and I never actually read it. So I'm very excited. I don't think I've ever read anything by this author, but I think the tropes are just never fall for a fox brother, so I don't know. Oh my god, it's 450 pages? Holy bananas. Anyway, I just know it's mostly romantic suspense and I'm okay with that. I'm gonna go in with not knowing a lot of them, okay? Now, this one I think I mentioned in a previous What's on My Kindle video, so the first couple ones will probably be like the same because I don't always return all of them, especially ones that I do really want to read and catch up on. So the next one that I want to talk about is Dust Storm by Maggie Gates. So I read, oh my gosh, what is the second book in the series? Downpour by Maggie Gates, and that was really good. Great disability rep. He's a wheelchair user after an injury from a bull riding competition. So I wanted to go back and read the first one because it is a single dad cowboy romance, and we see those two characters, the female and male character from this book, in the second book, and I love their banter, and I'm very excited to see the dynamic because I think that Cassandra, who's our female character, is hilarious. She's hilarious in the second book. She's like a take no shit type of woman, so I really want to read her book. And then Christian is the single dad and he has the daughter, and I love a dad with a daughter, okay? The next one I actually got from my friend Lizelle over from Lizelle Loves Books, which is also a small town single dad romance, and it is Quiet Beautiful Things by Samantha Christie. I have read Samantha Christie previously, just some of their older stuff. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the daughter in this book is deaf, if I'm not mistaken, so I always love that kind of any type of disability representation in the main characters, or like the kids of the characters, the main characters, so I'm very excited for this one too. I've heard really great things from a couple of people and it has really good ratings, but it came out back in May of this year, so it's still like relatively new. I'm very excited for that. So I also love the cover. I love this pink cover. Now, another one I know I've talked about is Mad Love by Willow Astor. I recently read Willow Astor's whole Landmark Mountain series, which I think is one of her first series that she completed. And this series, which is the Single Dad Playbook series, is all about single dads. So Mad Love is a small town single dad sports romance. This is the third single dad book I have on here. I mean, I'm not surprised because I do love a single parent, but like, damn, 3 is a lot. Okay, so that's all I know. It's an Enemies to Lovers standalone that you can read. He's a quarterback single dad, and now he's my roommate. So I don't know if he's like a retired football player, but we'll see. This next book, I am so excited to read. It's also in my TBR jar, and I might just start it and not actually pick it. Like, I might read it after, but I don't like to read fantasy romances back to back to back. So as I'm filming this on Saturday, I just finished Quicksilver by Kelly Hart. Really enjoyed that. It was a fun read, and I don't like picking up a fantasy right after. I like to break it up. That's just how my brain works. So this might be a book that'll be in this week's vlog. I'm so excited for this one. I also read a couple of books by her, not in this series, but this is a first book in Legacy series. And I just heard great things from Rachel and from Jess from Honest Fiction. So if them two, if they love it, I'm like, I need to read it. As a fantasy romance girly, which I'm wearing my fantasy romance tarot card shirt from Lila Junko, I need to read this book. So it's also in my TBR jar, but I might just pick it up. I don't know anything about this. It ends on a cliffhanger, new adult dark fantasy series, and that's it. I do know one thing that may be a spoiler that Jess told me, but she wanted to make sure I was okay with it, which I'm totally fine with. So that makes me even actually more excited. Some people might think it's a trigger for me. I'm excited. Says something about me. Anyway, I cannot wait to read that book. So it's 750 pages. All fantasy romances are very long, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that if it's a good read. Okay. The next one is called Salt by L.A. Farrow. I just know this is an age gap romance. It's a summer nights book. So it's like throughout her life, like at 8 he gave me roses, at 15 he gave me butterflies, at 17 he gave me sanctuary. So I know it's a forbidden slow burn age gap romance with the HEA. It's less than 400 pages. I saw this on like the Kindle top 100. Sometimes I just scroll just to see what pops up there each day, just to see if there's any new books that pop up there, and this was one of them, and I was like, ooh, age gap, forbidden. I haven't read one since I read QB Tyler's book, so I wanted to pick it up. So yeah, that one's on my list. I like to throw some different ones in there. And another one that I'm like, ooh, I need to start reading. Nobody's Darling, which is a Why Choose MC romance by Sarah Blue. So I've never read anything by Sarah Blue, but I know that a lot of people, specifically Samantha from Books with Samantha, loves like Omegaverse and stuff, and she said this was a great one. I love a dark MC romance anyway, and I've realized that sometimes with Why Choose, if it's in a paranormal setting or like fantasy world, I'm good with that. So I'm gonna try it with this because there's omegas and like packs and stuff like that, so it has that little bit of a paranormal aspect with like kind of hierarchy, like wolf hierarchy, I guess you could say. So I want to see what this is about. I don't know how many people are in the Why Choose part, but it's 550 pages, so that's a lot. It also came out this year in January, so I love the cover and I want to see if I like it before I start buying books, you know what I mean? So the next one I have is from Luna Lark. I was seeing this book everywhere when it came out, and I was like, I need to know what it's about. I want to know. It's called Alpha's Burden, which is Rejected Fates book number 1. So it's a paranormal romance, and I think it's like a rejected mate, and Luna Lark said that each character who's like been rejected, they do get their HE at the end of the book, even though they kind of like have a thing with other people, which I'm like, don't know how I feel about that, like seeing that, but it's fine. If you guys know Veronica Eden, that's her contemporary romance pen name, Luna Lark is her. That's her paranormal stuff. So I don't know. I've heard like okay things, and I want to see if it's like for me, if I like it, if I can add another kind of like paranormal romance author to my list of authors that I can pull from. Another one that I just downloaded is a Formula One book, and that is Drive Me Crazy by Carly Robin. Carly Robin is one that I've had my eye on for a while, because not only does she write Formula One, which this is Formula One, it's a slow burn, forced proximity. He's a Formula One driver, and she is a sports journalist, dual POV, mental health representation, which I always love that in a book, and it's a Grumpy Sunshine. So I think this is, I love the cover. I think it's cute. I want to see what it's about. And I love Formula romance. And I want to see if I can discover more authors that write Formula One romances. Now, the next one I'm very excited for. It just came out on Friday, so yesterday. And that is Homebound by Marietta. It's a small town single dad romance. Should I just do like a small town single dad romance reading vlog? Because I feel like I have 4 already. How many more am I going to have? Anyway. Sweet slow burn, childhood friends to lovers, small town romance. She's Texas's toughest bull rider, and he's determined to win her heart. I did read Icebound by Meredith Trapp, so I'm very excited to see what this is about. Icebound had really good mental health representation, so I don't know if this book does, but I like to go in kind of blind unless like someone will be like, no, you need to read it because of X, Y, and Z. I need to read this book because of small town single dad. What more do I need to know, you know? The next one I have is Frisco by Tijan. So this wasn't on my radar until I was sent a physical copy of the book from Valentine PR. So thank you, Valentine PR. I opened that in an unboxing video. I love a motorcycle club romance, and that's all it says. It says Frisco, a motorcycle club romance by Tijan. I haven't read some of Tijan's newer things, so I'm kind of interested to see if I'm gonna like it or not. But Shane King was seriously hot and seriously not a good guy. He went by the name of Ghost with his motorcycle club, and now he's their national vice president. It's a standalone 400 something pages, so I threw it on my Kindle so I don't forget about it. Sometimes I forget about the physical books that I put up on my shelf, so I didn't want to forget, and it is in Kindle Unlimited. Another one that I'm very excited for is Catch the Sun by Jennifer Hartman. So this is Jennifer Hartman's newest release. It's a brand new YA standalone survivor romance. She returns for her high school senior year, but I have heard that this has on-page sex, so it kind of makes me nervous when they market something as YA, but I don't really think it's YA. I mean, it's fine, it's whatever. So I do have that one. I do want to get to it. And then I have one that's on the top, like I think it's in the top 50 or top 20. Broken, which is by Sadie Kincaid. I have read another book by Sadie Kincaid that I actually really enjoyed. It is a standalone billionaire marriage of convenience romance. What more? That's my shit. I love those things. I don't know anything other than that. I do like to go in blind. I see that he's a lawyer, but she is a veterinary nurse. So that's all I know. I just downloaded it because Sadie Kincaid, I've liked her stuff, and it's something different, billionaire city romance, you know? Then I have one by Callie Mel, and she said this was one of her like favorite books that she's written, and it's called The Art of Breathing, a friends to lovers romance. This is angsty, friends to lovers, boy obsessed, sports romance. What sports does he play? I don't know which one, but it says that he gets a diagnosis, and that makes me sad. Oh my god. Okay, it ends with an HEA. I thought it was a 1,000 boy kisses situation, and I do not do that. Okay, so it's their last summer before their lives changed forever, and neither of them were prepared for what the future might hold. So I heard it's very emotional, and I have enjoyed her stuff, so I want to read some more by her. The next one I have is The Keeper by Bella Matthews. So over on my Patreon, I do a read-along of a series every 3 to 4 months, and we picked this series by Bella Matthews. It's called Playing to Win. There's 4 books in it. And our live show will be in October, so if you want to join, you can read along this series and join. But I wanted to put the first book because it's August. I want to try and read a book or a book and a half a month in this series, so I make sure I'm all done with the series when October comes. But this one, the whole series, all the books are different, but they all have been in on my radar for a little while. So he's a hockey player, I think, and spicy sports romance between a hockey player and an ice princess figure skater with an angry teammate twist. Plenty of banter and a happily ever after. And I think it's a marriage of convenience because it says they get married in Vegas, which is one of my favorite things to read. You guys know, love a Vegas wedding. Okay, now the last one I have is Passenger Princess, which is a Grumpy Sunshine bodyguard pageant queen romance. That is a mouthful. This is from Morgan Elizabeth. So this book is all pink. You guys know I love a pink book. I did pick up the physical book that it has the character art in the front and the back, like her on the front, him on the back. But this is just one that I love. I love the aesthetic of this cover. I love pageants. I used to do pageants when I was like itty bitty teeny tiny. I love Dance Moms. I love any like oh my god, Toddlers and Tiaras that show, like, I mean obviously she's not that young, but I love watching that stuff. I love the drama, so I'm very excited. I'm very excited for this one. I don't know what to expect, but I'm going to go into it blind. But those are the 16 books that I have on my Kindle right now. If you have any books on your Kindle that you are excited to read, drop them in the comments down below. I would love to know what you're reading, and I may pick some of them up myself. For the emoji, drop me a bow emoji, a pink bow emoji for Passenger Princess, because it's all pink and cutesy and adorable, and yeah, a pink bow emoji, because that's what I want. That's what I want you to drop. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content for me. As always, I hope you're living a novel life, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.